Welcome to the Help in Daily Living podcast, the podcast where we help you navigate your days with grace. It's all about giving you practical tips to equip you for success in this life and the life to come. The episodes are biblically based with real life experiences. We challenge you to join us on this journey as we uncover the keys to unlock a successful, Christ-centered life. Welcome back to another episode of the Help in Daily Living podcast, where we look at relatable challenges and situations and get all the ammunition we need to help us navigate our days with grace. This week, we're looking at the topic when God answers the unsaid prayer. Now, littered throughout the scriptures, God has made a number of promises to his people. But unlike man-made promises, God keeps his promises to us, and those are promises we can stand on. One of God's many promises says, "And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear." Isaiah 65 verse 24 chronicles God's posture to the righteous, those that fear and honor him. This passage gave me a visual representation of a loving parent, and we may have seen it before, a father or mother, upon seeing distress on their child's face and having a knowledge of what that child would have experienced to cause their upset, and most importantly, knowing their child intimately and knowing the right remedy, goes to the child and offers the solution. Child, I made your favorite dinner because I know you had a tough day at school. An answered, unsaid request. And so it is with God, the ultimate loving parent. God knows the things we have need of before we ask. And before God's faithful servants call upon him, he answers. The all-seeing, all-knowing, loving God and Father stands ready to attend to our needs. There are times, however, that we encounter pain so great that we may only have the strength to offer tears in the midst of our pain. Yet, even before fully composing ourselves to utter a prayer to completion, God, knowing and seeing our pain and our heart's posture to him, sends his angels and his Holy Spirit to comfort and guide us and give answers in these moments. Daniel 9 verse 21 to 23 chronicles Daniel's experience of God answering his unsaid prayer. Daniel states that while he was praying, the angel Gabriel appeared to him and told him that he came to give him skill and understanding. Gabriel further stated that as Daniel began to pray, at the beginning of his prayer, the command came to him to go to Daniel's aid. At the beginning of thy supplications, the passage says, God had sent the answer. The angel Gabriel was sent in answer to a prayer that had not yet been fully uttered. What a God! What a love! What omnipotence! God speaking in Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee." We serve a God that knew us before we knew ourselves and loved us before we ever loved him, and says to us in Matthew 6:8, "For your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask him." Oh, what manner of love! The premise of this episode is not to detract from prayer, but to point you to a loving Father, to point you to a concerned God who stands ready to come to your aid, to lead you to the one who says, "Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you." Yet still to point you to the one that says, "Before they call, I will answer." This know that even in your darkest, toughest moments, when you're unable to even utter a prayer, God stands waiting to provide your every need. And that's I promise. This has been the Help in Daily Living podcast. Join us next time as we share another nugget to help you navigate your days with grace.